Hello everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel.
The underdog fails. Sussex pair felt bitter when losing to Wales family. We have seen too many times that the Sussex family is compared to the Welsh couple. Comparisons between siblings are obvious, and when that sibling belongs to the royal family, it seems like the comparison is even more intense. It's been 4 years since Megxit happened. Everything Harry and his wife do, although in the name of financial independence, shows their selfishness and jealousy. Harry is egocentric. He is selfish and only thinks about himself. He left his country, his family, and his job because Meghan Markle fed him a bunch of BS regarding unconscious bias and racism. Meghan has poured salt into Harry's sense of inferiority and pushed into Harry a sense of inadequacy that has contributed to Harry's jealousy and envy. She has made sure Harry is a puppet and a victim of her manipulations. Harry had a great relationship with his brother, grandparents, and his father, even stating in several old interviews how thankful he was for their support through all his troubles. All that ended when, as Harry has said it himself, Meghan showed him how he was trapped, how his family was racist, how his brother mistreated him, how his family mistreated him, and on and on. All Meghan's ideas and manipulations. He didn't visit his grandfather while he was sick and dying. What he did was the Oprah interview supporting Meghan's lies and twisted truths, which he knew because he grew up with that history, that what she was saying were lies. He went to the funeral because it was being televised, and he needed the fairy dust of the monarchy. And he didn't visit his grandmother, the Queen, when she was dying, while he was in the UK, even though he was invited by the Queen. Probably because she knew she was dying, as everyone in the world knew because the Queen wanted to say her goodbyes. He instead chose to state he was busy and, again, supported his wife's interview with The Cut, where she threatened the royal family and slammed the Queen just a few days before she died. But of course they both stayed and participated in the whole week of televised funeral events. Harry even had a tantrum because he was told he couldn't wear his honorary uniform. He used the publicity of the funeral to push his reality show with interviews the TV reality billed as their love story, but just a collection of lies and stories trying to even childhood scores and perceived slights. Harry slammed his father, his wife, his brother, his wife, mocking the Queen who had been dead a little over 2 months, the royal family and the country still reeling with the pain of losing a beloved mother, queen, grandmother, great-grandmother, all for money. And in January, he topped the insults with his book and the tons of publicity interviews there. He seems to have told his story through the eyes of Meghan. Harry and Meghan are selfish, lacking compassion or empathy, love of family, loyalty crass money grubbers. Harry was in the USA fighting off paparazzi, so he did not have time to visit his grandparents at the end of their lives. Even when he was actually in the UK towards the end of the Queen's life, he did not bother to try to visit her. During his grandfather's admission to the hospital, the dimwit prince was pretty occupied with his Z-list wife planning on how to monetize their titles, so he doesn't have time to think about his grandparents. Seems to recall Prince Philip was in hospital while Harry and his wife were slagging off his family to Oprah. Very respectful. Harry is not a good person. I guess we all have ample evidence of that by now. Markle also implied that Prince Philip was faking his terminal illness to get her reprobate husband to visit, even though the public knew what the prognosis was. Even someone as dumb as Harry must have known that his grandpa was dying, but he couldn't care less. The paparazzi had so little interest in Harry and Meghan that Meghan had called a paparazzi company in advance called Backgrid to come and film them, with Meghan paying their fees. If you look at almost any photo of the pair in the last 3 years in the US, all of them were taken by Backgrid and no one else. Without Meghan's advance calls to Backgrid each time, there would be virtually no photos of them out in public. In contrast to them, William and Catherine are always hardworking and fulfill their roles. William was at the hospital with the whole family when his loved ones were on their deathbed. Except for Harry, who was too busy telling lies to Oprah with Nutmeg about his family. Lies we knew were lies. How he could treat his family like that when his grandfather was in hospital very ill and his grandmother wasn't in the best of health. I felt so sorry for Prince Philip. Although Harry and Meghan claimed to have not known that Philip was dying, anyone who saw the photo of him leaving the hospital had a pretty good idea. The man was weeks short of his 100th birthday and very seriously ill. Instead of smirking and lying on the Oprah Whinge-fest, they should have been racing to his side. If they had had the decency to do that, their popularity rating, both with the family and with the public at large, would have soared. Instead, they opted for viciousness and lies and, in the process, destroyed their reputations. Charles took a lot of flack for going to see him in the hospital during COVID-19. He knew how ill his father was and would have told his sons. I'm sure of it, and that's the time they went on Oprah telling lies, and putting down both the Queen and Prince Philip. The Queen must have been devastated about her beloved husband and what Harry said. They gave him a lot of love and attention when he lost his mom. That's the thanks they get. Not only does he always love his family members, it seems that Prince William also loves his homeland and its people. Harry told the media that he did not feel safe in the UK, fearing for his family's privacy. The Sussex family also hides pictures of their children. Meanwhile, William, who is currently at the top of the list of heirs, never complains. He freely appears in public. Security or protection is not too loud in our everyday moments. Their children are also publicly photographed. They understand that the people of the UK look forward to and bless their children. As for carrying out the responsibilities of a senior member of the British royal family, it is too clear. Harry and Meghan abandoned their responsibilities and left. Until now, William and Catherine have worked hard to participate in many royal tasks, running many charity funds. After the Sussex pair left, they also had to increase their responsibilities. But they never complained. It's not natural that people hate Meghan and Harry. The two of them do not serve anything for the royal family or the British people, but they demand a lot of rights. Meghan is said to be jealous of the treatment that Catherine and William receive. This is ridiculous. What we see is just two antagonists and traitors stubbornly demanding. But it's all like a movie. Villains always fail. William and Catherine diligently carried out their duties and responsibilities. Gradually, like a shining pearl, they are loved and their reputation gets better and better. They don't have to try to get things that belong to them. What about Harry and the witch? They failed in the UK. They left that kingdom despite carrying the title. And leaving the Sussexes with no idea where their Duke and Duchess are or what they're doing, they go to another country with the ambition to make a huge impact there. But unfortunately, they failed. Their reputation is getting worse and worse. They are submerged in a wave of criticism from those who follow the British royal family, the people, and Hollywood. What Sussex has is nothing. And like a slap to these two liars, the reputation of the Prince and Princess of Wales in America is increasing day by day. In conclusion, Harry has completely failed in terms of reputation and power before William. Meghan is inferior to Catherine in every way. And certainly in the future, it will be very difficult for the Sussex pair to turn the tables. Only when a miracle happens will they save them from their current situation. So, what do you think about this topic? Do you side with the Queen and the British royal family or believe in the revelations of Prince Harry and Meghan? Please comment to let us know your opinion. If you like, please like and share the video with your friends.
And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.